Hi, everyone. I am Jill, also known as the Traveling Toe Reader, here sharing thoughts with you to create so much more in our lives. And today is Soulful Sunday, where we talk about ways to feed our soul, to remember we're more than just a human body. We also are soul on not necessarily a mission, but that has desires and a purpose and is here. And when we sync it up and find balance in this human experience and the soul's knowing, that's where the so much more is. And what I wanted to share today is in regards to something I listened to by Lee Harris. He's an intuitive channeler. If you've never looked him up or if you're interested, I highly recommend him. He is um, just all kinds of fascinating and yummy, and I just love um, the information I get from him. It feels like my truth. And he made a comment today when I was listening to him about how to harmonize as a soul based human. And that's what made me want to use it for Soulful Sunday. Is he talked about the volcano and how the eruption and the unexpected nature of a volcano is something um, well, most all of us fear, we want to avoid, but he says we will need to allow, um, us will need to allow inside, we'll need to allow the volcanic eruption to happen inside ourselves in order to harmonize as a soul-based human, he says. And he says it so much better. I'm paraphrasing now, but what I got from it, it was we have a tendency to want to stay the way it's always been, to prevent change. But an eruption is pressure. It is, I'm seeing if I wrote anything here in my notes. It comes from after the buildup of pressure that's been building, and then there's this eruption. And from that is learning to that in the destruction is where the creation comes from. And so allowing ourselves to let go of the old ways, ways that may not serve us anymore, that may not serve our soul's purpose. And sometimes it takes that buildup of pressure, that explosion of just destroying what once was so that we can step into so much more, and not making it a bad thing, letting it be part of our journey, part of growth. um, the butterfly, the caterpillar in the cocoon, like he turns to goo, and it's dark and he doesn't know like what's coming out of it, but when that cocoon, when what he knows, the comfort of his home, is destroyed, he emerges as something different, something new, something beautiful. And you have to be willing to let go of the old. And sometimes that is a pressure buildup where we're continuing to do things that don't serve our soul. And we know something feels off, but we keep doing it because we think the destination is here and this is how we're supposed to get there. By letting go of that preconceived notion of what it's supposed to look like, creates room for so much more than what we can imagine. And it's trust and surrender and letting the body be uncomfortable. Um, the soul knows. The soul knows. So trust those nudges. Or it's just about not understanding, but feeling there is something more or something, and just lean into that. Letting the eruption happen. A picture I got was of toddlers, like, especially when you're at a store, at somewhere in public, and a toddler's having a tantrum, like, he is having a meltdown. Um, Gosh, maybe they have the answer because they are so in the moment. Whatever is disrupting their world, they're letting everyone around know that their world is not what they want it to be or need it to be. And they move on. Like, they have their eruption, and 10 minutes later, the next day, they are not focused on how they didn't get what they wanted that day in the grocery store aisle or whatever it may be. They have their eruption and they move on. They, um, so hopefully this little video today um, did something for you, helped you understand um, a way to harmonize as a soul based human. We are not just our shell, we are soul based. There is a engine, a soul that is helping navigate this human experience. And it's just another way to tune in and have a whole experience while you're here in human form. I'm wishing you so much love and a terrific, beautiful, soul filled Sunday. Much love, everyone.